Hi, I'm Álvaro Henrique, and I have also a video performing that piece. In that video, I'll just teach you how to play Brauer Studio Sencillo number 1. This piece is a lot about dynamics, and I recommend you, I think in previous videos I have already said that it's easier and also less demanding and creates less tension if you make dynamics mainly with the size of your movement. So think as your natural way of playing, the way you would play the guitar if you're just thinking on what you're going to have for supper. So this would be your mezzo forte. So this is the natural movement you would do. That's your mezzo forte. The forte is a little bit more. The fortissimo even more. The mezzo piano a little less. The piano even less. And the pianissimo the least possible. I'm not changing the strength, the muscle tension, and any other thing in my right hand than the size of the movements. That's the only thing that's changing. That's what allows me to play forte and also piano without creating any tension, without creating any lesion. And you can see, I'll even put my hand closer to the camera, that I don't have any, I don't look like academy guitarist. There are not strong veins, strong muscles, because you don't need them. So playing the guitar is not the same as going to the gym. It's about playing smart and not about playing hard with tension. The least tension you use, the better. So you avoid tension on making dynamics on the guitar by making dynamics with the size of the movement. And as in this piece, it's a lot about dynamics, that's a great way to practice this skill. So we would start playing naturally. Then you move as least as possible. Then more than your natural. Then a little bit less than your natural. Then the accent, that's the moment you should use some muscle tension and really dig for more power. But because it's an accent on a mezzo piano, you can change that tension that you would use, that increase of strength in your hand, you can use but just playing a little bit bigger. Then you achieve the same result of playing louder but without using any tension, which is good. So we keep on. Okay, nice. So let's talk about a different topic. This piece is also a lot about singing. And when you are practicing it for the very first time and you are still a beginner, you often play a little bit each note isolated, something like that. You are thinking so much on your right hand that you are cutting the melody as you would be playing note by note. it would be the same thing as, instead of saying Leo Brauer, Studio Sencillo, if I separate each syllables. If I say Leo Brauer, Studio Sencillos, number one. It's not wrong, but it's not the most expressive way of saying that text. It's best if you group the notes in a phrase, as you naturally say. You don't say like that. You don't speak like that all the time. I am sure. You tend to speak in complete phrases, tying each word in a complex and larger group of meaning, which is a sentence. And the sentences in that piece are marked by that long slur. So one way of making that sentence, that musical phrase, clear is if you sing them. At first, it's a good idea to sing together with the guitar, but it's best if you even try to sing without it. So it will be something like that. Allow me to sing not in English, okay? As I normally study, which is saying the note names in German. De fi ze ha se ha e, de fi ze ha si sa e. Then I can try to sing without the guitar. De fi ze ha se ha e, de fi ze ha si sa e. Then naturally you are going to notice that some notes need to be a little bit stronger, some need to be softer, some need to be a little bit more dolce, some need to be a little bit more metallic. Then you go for it. De fi ze ha si ha. I noticed that the first B and the first C are notes that I tend to stress a little bit. Let's do so. That's at least my way of singing. Maybe you sing differently. But as long as you are playing as you sing, then it's a good way to start. You're doing music. And don't matter so much, especially in that moment, if you're doing it the right way, as it should be. Just do the way you feel, the way you think it's the best, and go for it. Then, even the worst case scenario, even if it's totally wrong, it's very easy you can yourself, just comparing yourself with recordings by other guitarists, that you yourself will correct yourself to play more according to what it should be. It can be a little bit hard though if you are just listening as you play. It's best if you record yourself and take some time listening to your recording. You're going to be surprised how much our perception changes while we are worrying so much on what the fingers should do, and when we just sit quietly and appreciate our recording. It's a different perception and we listen totally differently. So it's best when you think you are doing as you wish, record yourself, compare yourself to other guitarists, then there are some things that you will think you made better. There will be some things you will notice other guitarists made better. Then you go for the choices that then in the second round you thought are the best one. Just sing them first, go for it, go for the way you sing, and that's quite easy. There are not so many challenges on the right hand. There is one thing that you should keep in mind. This accompaniment should be as equal and as light as possible, except when there are the accents, of course. And to make them equal, it's best if you use your nails that are more close to each other. In my case, my M fingernail and my A fingernail are very similar. So when I play the third and second string with them, they blend very easy. Better than... Today is a good day for my A fingernail. So today is blending okay, but normally it blends a little bit harder. I am with MA. Check your fingernails, which one are more similar to each other, and use them. It will help blend the sound better of those two strings. I have some students that for them it's better it blend more because their fingernail are more similar. In my case it's MA, so check yourself. Just look here, the curve of the nail. That's more important than the size or whatever. Look here how curved your nail are and use the pair that is more similar in this curve. Right? On the left hand, there are not so difficult things. Of course, we have things like we have an E, then you have a B. You can play 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. Then you have to practice, and I think what I recommend, in fact, is try both every time you have following notes on different strings. Of course, try not to repeat fingers, then it will disturb creating this musical phrase. So try to change fingers as much as possible, but choose from whichever two options we always have the one that make less noise. So you have to practice a little bit. It will change from person to person, and of course the direction of your elbow will help a lot. If you keep in mind, this is easy to notice even without the guitar. If you place your elbow, look just at your hand right now. If you put your elbow up, it's easier to have more than one finger in one same fret. If you put your elbow inwards toward your body, as that also happens, but when you go up, it's easier to put 1 over 2, 2 over 3, and 3 over 4. And when you go inwards, it's easier to put 4 over 3, 3 over 2, 2 over 1. So if you think that, oh, for me it's better to play 1 at E and then B with 2, it makes less noise that way, fine. But then it would make even less noise if you put your elbow inwards, because then you help your finger 2 being over the finger 1. But in the other hand, if you thought, no, for me it's better 2 on the E and 1 on the B, that's fine also, but then put your elbow up, so it would be easier to put your finger 1 over the 2. And then you can play well whichever option is best for you. I recommend you to try both, see what buzz less, and then go with that one. It's also important to notice, I'm talking about measure 14 right now. There's something that you should notice. We play F, D, G, then the A. The A will still be there, and then you have to play a little bit later A, B, and the finger 2 will still be holding the A all along. It's very often, to avoid buzzing the D and the A, some guitarists go too low with that A, and some even pull the string down, which will also make it be out of tune, but they go a little bit low. And if you go too much low, when it's time to play the B, then you play not good. So practice a little to go F, G, G, and then play just for practice sake the three strings, D, A, and B. Because if you reach here a position with the finger 2 that allows you to play also the B later, then you don't have to worry. So it's best to practice to reach a position that you can also play the B. So practice a little bit. Okay, it's there. So you can go back to playing the music as written. And then everything goes. Very easy study, nice piece, lots of recordings, lots of lessons also about the piece on the internet. So I hope I could brought to you something that you haven't thought before, or someone else haven't stressed that much, and that you could see that piece from a different perspective. Have fun!